Hello and welcome to Dear Booksplosion. We haven't done one of these in a long time, but if you don't know what they are, they're basically our monthly hangout where we come with you, we come on here and hang out with you guys, and we have a topic to talk about. And today we're going to be talking about book adaptations, so book to movie adaptations, book to TV adaptations, all that jazz. But before we get into it, we have a few announcements. Actually, just one announcement. Our Booksplosion book of the month for the month of August.
Yes.
What is time right now? It's going to be WARCROSS by Marie Lu. Hey! We've all been wanting to read this. Well, Christine's read it already. Kat and I haven't read it. And this duology is already complete, so we want to read
we want to be able to read the second one.
Yes. Yeah. We're finally reading WARCROSS. Our live show is going to be on September 5th? At 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, if that's Saturday.
Let's hold off on that, actually.
We will announce our live show date on Instagram and Twitter, so keep your eyes peeled for that. But anyway, today we're talking about book to movie, book to TV adaptations. I'm Jesse.
I'm Christine.
I'm Kat.
We're Booksplosion. Welcome to the Booksplosion. So
it should be mostly spoiler free.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not gonna spoil movies while we're talking.
Not anything specific, but we are gonna talk about which ones we like and don't like and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So to kick things off, let's share some of our favorite book to movie adaptations. I said 3, but Christine picked out 12. So.
I was just writing some down so I didn't forget about them. But are we doing movies and TV, or pick a movie and a TV?
Just your favorite adaptations. Just share them.
Okay, Kat, you go first.
Okay. I feel like this is going to be a popular one that I think it's on all of our lists, but the Hunger Games trilogy is a fantastic adaptation. Especially Catching Fire is my favorite. It's just so good. So very good. And then another one that I really, really love is Howl's Moving Castle, which is a good adaptation from the book. Both book and movie are very good, and they're different in some very distinct ways, but they're both so good for what they are. And I love book and movie. The movie's beautiful. It's just Howl's Moving Castle, fantastic overall. And then also on my list, I have here one that I debated if it counts or not. But Haikyuu, I am still so obsessed with Haikyuu. It is one of my favorite manga, one of my favorite TV shows, one of my favorite anime. It's so good. And the adaptation is so faithful and so good. It's just, I love it. I'm very obsessed with it right now.
Jesse just deleted my list and put down, I hate movies. Put them back on the dock.
Movies, Christine? Oh my God.
I've been waiting for you to notice.
I was listening to Kat's list. Oh my God. Oh, Little Women. That's a great one. Okay. I haven't read Little Women though, so I guess I can't include it in this section, but I love that. So Kat, The Hunger Games is top tier book to movie adaptation trilogy. Quadrilogy. And then gotta mention To All the Boys I Loved Before, which I think they did a great job with that adaptation. And Kat also put down, did you put down The Martian? Oh, you did.
I did put down The Martian, but I didn't mention it.
Thanks. The Martian is fantastic. I always love 7 part 1 and part 2 of Deathly Hallows. Yeah, that was 3. Oh, wait, I want to say some TV ones because there's no one has said any. Looking for Alaska. Excellent. 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 If anyone hasn't watched that yet on Hulu. Oh.
I haven't watched it.
Oh my gosh, guys. It's so good. It's so good. And I'll say The Vampire Diaries because excellence.
For me, obviously, the Hunger Games trilogy, like it's been said before. Love that trilogy. It's so good. And The Perks of Being a Wallflower is one of my all-time favorites. They just captured that book so well in the movie form, in my opinion. I loved Me, Earl, and the Dying Girl. Such a solid adaptation. I feel like it's super underrated. If you haven't seen it, go watch it.
So good.
It's filmed so well, and it's just, again, they captured that book so well. And like,
I feel like I haven't seen the movie, but I loved the book.
Wait, you didn't watch the movie?
I don't think so.
Did you not come with me to see that screening? Was that Natasha I went to a screening with?
I might have. What? I don't know. I'm not sure now.
It was when we were in our apartment. Anyway.
Also, I think, if I remember correctly, Stephen Chbosky was involved with the Me and Earl and the Dying Girl.
I think it was adapted by the author, though.
I can't remember. Maybe I'm wrong.
Stephen Chbosky adapted Perks.
Yeah.
The screenplay.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't know.
It's great.
Technically, I've already listed 3, but I'm going to say A Monster Calls as well. I've only watched it once because it's not a movie that like you really want to watch like back to back to back. But I love that movie so much, and again, it captured the book really well. I keep saying that, but it did a great job.
It's a good movie. That's movie adaptation.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, like, that's why even though Twilight is really cheesy, it does capture the essence of Twilight. And that's why it exploded. Had that thing that made us love it so hard in book form.
Yes. Let us know your favorite adaptations in the chat.
Yes. Well, also, I just wanted to mention, like, Mary Poppins is an adaptation. What a great musical movie. And
does Hamilton count as an adaptation?
Yes, Hamilton top tier, but it's not a movie. It was like, it's a play.
True.
But I guess we're just talking about adaptations in general, so it counts.
This is a good one. The A Series of Unfortunates. I haven't finished the series yet on Netflix. I've only watched the first series, or like the first season, but I really liked it.
Oh, please don't spoil Midnight Sun. I have not finished it yet. I'm on page 115 or something.
Somebody said Pride and Prejudice and Emma.
Oh my God, the new Emma is so excellent.
Wait, is it a series or is it like a movie?
It's a movie. It's just it's like one thing, but it's filmed. Have you watched Sex Education on Netflix?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay. Well, there's a lot of those actors randomly crop up in it, and I was like, oh my God! And it's filmed really beautifully. Like it's just so colorful and artistic, and like just the set pieces are gorgeous. Ugh. It's just like beautiful visually to watch that movie on top of it being a fun movie.
Read by Tiffany said To All the Boys I've Loved Before was so wholesome.
Yeah. I love that movie so much. I watched it multiple times. It's just like a perfect rom-com movie. It was so good.
I still haven't watched the sequel.
I haven't either.
Oh my God, you guys, what are you doing? I watched it on Netflix. Like, who cares? I need to watch this. It's really cute. It's not as good as the book, but it's cute. Let me see. Somebody said The Hate You Give, which does not get enough love. I feel like not enough people have watched The Hate You Give. It was just like it came out and no one was talking about it.
I feel like there wasn't a lot of promotion for it when it was coming out.
Yeah,
I mean, I saw like posters here and there, but I didn't see like a lot of promotion online and stuff.
It would have been like brilliant for it to come out during the movement.
Yeah.
This year, I feel like it would have got a lot of traction. But yeah, not enough people were talking about it when it came out.
Yeah.
It was so good. I came out of that movie more hysterical than I've like ever been in a movie. It just like was so good.
Beautiful Creatures was great up until the last 20 minutes. We were talking about that earlier. I didn't end up finishing Beautiful Creatures. Like I watched like the first bit of it and then didn't finish it. So oops. Oh, Lord of the Rings, somebody says. I haven't well, I fell asleep during the first one and I haven't tried watching them again.
I feel you there. But like it was more fun watching it with John than it was watching it by myself. I was falling asleep the first 3. I watched the first 3 with Paul when they like were both first out on DVD. I remember thinking like, why did people like this? but I see it, but like I still don't love it.
Yeah.
Wait, Kat, do you love Lord of the Rings?
I don't have strong feelings in any direction about it. Like, I enjoyed it, and I read the book, but I read it like so freaking long ago that I can't even tell you if it's a good adaptation or not. I just remember that reading the book took me like a solid freaking year to get through it.
Yeah, I remember like 10-year-old me tried to read it, and I was like, this is not like Harry Potter.
I was like 12, and it took me like almost a year. Like, by the time I finished it, I didn't know what had happened in the beginning anymore. So like, I wasn't a very good reader then. So it's not really fair for me to judge.
It's also like really dense for youth.
It's very dense. Yeah.
It's really dense for anybody.
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones.
I haven't watched it.
Oh, you haven't yet? Still?
Oh.
Gosh.
I need to give it a go and just see if I'll like it. But I just have a feeling I'm not going to like it, so I've been avoiding it.
I don't know. I feel like it's hard not to like it. The first.
It's just so well made.
It's so well done. Yeah. And it doesn't. It doesn't have as. I remember the first season being like, whoa, a lot of sex happening, like naked people walking around, but like then it gets more story than like those gratuitous. That's what I'm looking for. Gratuitous sex scenes.
The Umbrella Academy.
Yeah.
Did someone say Vampire Academy? Oh, the Umbrella Academy.
Umbrella Academy.
Did you watch season 2?
I still haven't. You asked me 4 days ago.
It was 4 days ago.
No, I haven't yet, and I really wanted to read the comics too. I didn't even know Gerard Way did that. Like, I love My Chemical Romance, so I'm a big fan of knowing.
Sorry, what?
Did you not know this?
No, say it again.
The lead singer of My Chemical Romance, Gerard Way, is the guy who wrote the Umbrella Academy.
No shit.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Good for him. That's awesome.
It really makes sense because the show, the whole concept is like so weird and like kind of gothic, and I just no, I haven't read the comics. I want to.
God, is he like Klaus?
Maybe a little bit.
Klaus is like the rock star of the group. Yeah, you haven't seen this season yet, but like the first shot of Klaus, he's like in this like 1970s like open jacket thing that you'd see like a rock star with no shirt underneath and like a beard down to here.
I love Klaus. He is my favorite, so I'm excited.
Great. I mean, just so good. Okay.
We want to talk about some of our least favorite adaptations.
Well, a lot of people are talking about good ones still, but I guess we can switch.
We'll get back in. We'll go back and
yeah.
Silver Linings Playbook. Yes, Rocker Dude.
Wow.
17.
That is a good one. Well, I haven't read the book, so I don't know how it holds up as like an adaptation.
I haven't read the book. I didn't think it was the best translation, but I do enjoy both of them.
Right.
Silver?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't read the book, but like, what a good movie.
So least favorite adaptations.
I mean, at the top of our list is Percy.
Mm-hmm.
Legion.
I still haven't watched Allegiant, so I don't even know.
I feel like I only watched parts of it.
No, Insurgent was worse than Allegiant, I think, actually. I remember, wait, Kat, didn't you see Allegiant with me?
I don't think so.
I think you did. Oh, wait, no. Okay, we saw Insurgent together. I saw Legion.
We saw Divergent and Insurgent together.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Insurgent is terrible.
Yeah, Insurgent was bad.
Yeah. Allegiant, I remember I went to see it in Natasha, and on the way, I got into Fender Bender, and it was the worst.
Oh.
It was like on the 405.
Oh, God.
Not good. But yeah. Sad times. We didn't even get when they decided to split Legion into 2 parts. It was like, what? It's like it's not at all like a movie that has enough for 2 parts.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen Allegiance, so I don't even know where and how they would split that. Like
They literally like finished it, like they released the gas at the end, which was so confusing because it's like that's the end.
what were they planning to do for the fourth?
I don't know.
I guess it's a good thing that like Shailene Woodley got out of that.
Yeah. I don't think she wanted to come back to that.
Yeah.
Well, they were gonna like try to make it into like a TV series or something, and that never even really went through. So
Someone is talking about said, "What about the Hunger Games?" And like Mockingjay Part 2 definitely had enough to split into two halves. And if you watch those movies again now, they're excellent. Like they are so dark, and I love that they're not afraid to go there, even though it's like a children's series. It's really dark, and it's really like to feel it the way you want to feel that story, you need both halves.
Yeah.
Because I remember in the book, it was just like everything happened. It was like, oh, it's over. And the movie, you get like a second, even though you don't even really get a second because there's a lot of content.
Yeah.
One of my least favorite adaptations is Ready Player One. I really didn't like it. I feel like they focus more on like making a really flashy movie, like visually, which they achieved. It was a good like movie in terms of like visuals, but like they left out like the characters. Like the characters just fell so flat to me, and that's
I was like, I didn't feel like I knew them at all.
Yeah, and they like rushed the romance, which made me super annoyed as well. So.
Oh my god, that romance! I didn't read the book, but I remember like watching it and being like, "What even is happening?" And like she was like freaking out about being ugly, but like then whatever she unveiled, like she was still beautiful, really pretty. Like, like wow, this just it just didn't come across as genuine at all in her like her panic and like all. I specifically remember that scene and I was like, "This feels so fake."
I know
what's happening.
I didn't watch Ready Player One.
Yeah. Don't waste your time with it, Kat.
Yeah. I saw trailers for it and I was like, no, thanks.
Yeah. I mean, I even had low expectations going in and I was still disappointed, so.
Steven Spielberg was doing it, so a lot of people are excited about it.
Yeah.
Like, can you imagine if Steven Spielberg was like, I'm going to adapt your book? Like, oh, Steven Spielberg?
Let us know some of your least favorite adaptations in the chat.
Shadowhunters.
Yeah, I was just gonna say it. But like Shadowhunters, like now the City of Bones movie feels so much better because of Shadowhunters.
The City of Bones movie, the first 2/3 of it were great.
We're solid.
And then the last third things fell apart a little bit. But yeah, I mean
Paper Towns. Someone said Paper Towns. I don't think Paper Towns was cringy. I feel like it was missing, I don't know, the aspect of like camaraderie that you have in the book, I think wasn't there as much.
Yeah. It kind of felt like an indie film to me, if that makes sense. Like it had that vibe.
Yeah. I think that goes with the book though.
Yeah, I guess so. But it did like feel like it was missing something, if you know what I mean.
It was missing like the heart that you feel in the book. Yeah. It didn't capture like John's characters the way you want to. Like they feel so like quirky and like real, but they weren't like that on screen as much.
Yeah. Not seeing many. Oh, Percy Jackson, we already kind of talked. We didn't really go into depths on that though. What do you not like about the Percy Jackson adaptation, guys?
Well, let's see. The fact that everyone was like 16 and acting like they were 10.
The so over the top. Like
the script was ridiculous.
It took the like clever humor of Rick's books and turned it into like
dumb slaps.
Yeah, just like really dumbed down, trying to be like hijinks and funny, but it was just like no.
Like this comment, it does not exist.
Not exist.
It does not exist.
I saw one that I wanted to touch on.
There were so many. It's passing really quickly because a lot of people don't like a lot. Aragon. I tried to watch Aragon after we read it and I couldn't get through it. I watched like 11 minutes and I was like,
oh no.
Yeah, oh my god, Sea of Monsters was even worse than Percy Jackson.
I didn't even watch Sea of Monsters.
Paul and I like went to the theater to see it and then made that review. And Paul is so little in it now, and I go back and watch it. It's so funny.
Baby Paul.
Yeah.
Somebody mentioned Darkest Minds.
I haven't seen it.
I was so excited for the Darkest Minds adaptation, and I was so let down by it.
I know. I was so disappointed. I feel like that we have a list of adaptations we'd love to see done again, and Darkest Minds is on there.
Yeah.
Darkest Minds could also be adapted into a TV show. Like, it could be like one of those shows on like FX or something, and be really cool.
Yeah.
Because we like really didn't dig into those characters at all. That's another one where like the characters did not come through at all.
Yeah.
It was, like all flashy and like, oh look, but yeah. Oh god, I'll never forget like the fire kids and that being like monsters, and it was just like so uncomfortable.
Yeah. Oh, did you guys see, what's it called? Artemis Fowl? Somebody mentioned not liking that. I feel like a lot of
I heard it was
people
terrible.
were disappointed in that one, but I haven't seen it, and I haven't read the book either, so I wouldn't be able to like compare it. But
I haven't seen it, but I did love the books back in the day. I read them. It must have been before high school. It must have been a long time ago. And I loved them. And I haven't seen the series, but that's sad that it's disappointing.
yeah.
Yeah, I had like no interest in reading it when I was little because the cover wasn't cool enough for me. And then I had no interest in the movie because that trailer looked not good.
What about, I don't think we have this on our list, but what about a book adaptation that you liked better than the book? Are there any that?
Yeah.
I saw a comment that said The Maze Runner that made me think of that because I really actually kind of enjoyed the Maze Runner movies, but I'm not a huge fan of the books. So.
Yeah, I might agree with that Maze Runner comment.
Yeah.
I have a couple.
Christine, do you disagree? You just got really quiet.
No, I'm like, it's so weird. I'm trying to draw up that movie in my head, and I just
Dylan O'Brien, hello.
All I can see is Dylan O'Brien. I'm like, I mean, like, I think I like the movie better than the book because I did not like the book, but I didn't love the movie either because it had the same issues for me. Like, there was no concrete like story. Like, I just felt like there was no solution. Like, it didn't arc fully, so I don't feel like it worked. It just felt confusing.
Well, I certainly didn't love the Maze Runner movies. I just think it was better than the book.
Right.
Yes. I think the Vampire Diaries are better than the books, but I haven't read the books. This is just from opinion I've seen over the years. The 100. Gosh, I'm trying to think. I don't know if there's many that like I've read and thought that the movie was better.
I feel like I have a couple that I can't think of.
I feel like there was definitely one, and I can't bring it up in my head right now. I feel like I've talked about it.
Yeah, I feel like I've talked about it recently.
Yeah, it was fairly recent. What the hell was it? Do people in the chat know what we're talking about?
Did we talk about this like a Dear Booksplosion or something?
I don't know. Maybe we just talked about it privately?
Maybe. I don't know.
Oh my god, I cannot remember.
I can count. This is kind of a vague adaptation, but of the Scarlet Letter, the movie Easy A. I love the movie.
Such a good movie.
Scarlet Letter with a fiery passion.
I almost think that the Looking for Alaska TV show actually makes the book better. Yeah. Not that the book is bad at all. I just think like that's so excellent that it's like it kind of heightens it. Yeah. Oh, no.
I mean, there are a couple for me that are like so close, like The Martian and maybe To All the Boys I've Loved Before. Like, I love the book and I love the voice of the book, but the movie is just like, it's a really tightly written and shot movie. It's just really good.
Yeah, The Martian is really good. I still love the book more because I feel like the book had so much comedy that like just had to be left out because it's a movie and it has to be 2 hours, but I missed it. I was like, oh, but this part and this part.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's see here. Do we want to talk about the ones we're excited about or the ones that we want to see or like the ones that are coming? What does the chat think? Jesse, what do you think, host?
Let's do a book you want to be adapted.
Okay. You guys go first.
Yeah, okay, I'll just say some of mine. So one that I was thinking of is Frankly in Love. I just feel like it would work really well as a movie. Like I could see like Netflix picking it up and turning it into something, and I'd really like to see that. I have You Should See Me in a Crown on my list. We just read that recently, and it's just like such a happy-go-lucky contemporary that I feel like
Netflix
the film version of it.
Yeah,
that would be a great movie to adapt in like a style like To All the Boys I've Loved Before.
Yeah.
Like, it would be such a great movie.
Yeah.
I thought the Geekerella series might be fun.
Ooh.
That would be. I'm surprised actually that's not already like in the works.
Maybe
that,
we just don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have Shadow of the Fox on my list, which is super random, but I want an anime version of it.
That would be a cool anime.
Yes.
I
And
mean,
then I also
it
have
felt like an anime when we were reading it.
Yeah. It felt like Inuyasha. And I have the Illuminae files on my list as well, which I feel like could be a really cool series potentially. But also, it would have to be done right. Like I feel like it could also
be done like a high quality channel. Yeah.
So.
I just got distracted thinking about the Illuminae files being a series. Oh, I would love to see Hank's. He's calling it the Carl series. Thanks for saying Again But Better in the chat, guys.
Again But Better would be a great movie.
That would be really fun. Red, White, and Royal Blue. I'm reading Red, White, and Royal Blue now.
Red, White, and Royal Blue would be great.
I really want, and I think Scythe has already signed on for like a movie, but I really want a Scythe series. Like that would make a great series on a cable network. Maybe.
The ones that come to my mind are ones that like I would love to see adapted, but it would be very, very hard to do it well. Like I want Laini Taylor's books to be adapted.
It's gonna be hard.
I don't trust anyone to do it. And like one of my favorite books of last year was a novella called This Is How You Lose the Time War. And there is a movie or a TV series in the works, and it has so much potential to be amazing. But I'm nervous because like so much of the magic in that book for me is in just like how beautifully it's written. So I don't know like how the prose will translate, but it would be great.
Yeah. I'm surprised that the Lunar Chronicles hasn't been adapted. Maybe it is in the process. That's another one that I think would have to be a TV series to like really get the weight of like the world and how cool it is.
I feel like I remember seeing Netflix picking that up.
Maybe.
Perhaps.
I'm Googling. Hang on.
Yeah, Curse Dark and Lonely would be such a fun show or movie. But like it would have to be done right. All of these obviously would have to be done right.
Yeah. The Legend trilogy is one that like from the first time we read it, it felt so cinematic that it's like it's just better to be adapted.
Yeah. That's another one that I think would make a great TV show. Like there's so many of these. There's so many more opportunities, I feel like, for series because of all the streaming networks now, like streaming platforms now. And that's like the main place we're getting our content now since we can't go to theaters and stuff. So that's a great option and I think can make much more like thorough adaptations.
Victoria Schwab's books. Especially, I'd love to see Vicious.
That would be awesome. The Lunar Chronicles have not been picked up, but she did ask in a poll on Twitter if people wanted to see a movie or a TV series, and she said it was for research purposes. So,
Research, huh?
Yes.
I don't know about that. Yeah, I think Hank's books are ones that could be like 2 movies really well. They'd fit that.
Wait, did we decipher if that's a duology or?
It's a duology.
Okay.
Yeah. And Ninth House, I saw someone say that in the chat. I think that would make a fantastic. I think that'd make a fantastic show. Like that would be like an HBO show. It's really dark, but there's like all these fantastical elements. Really good. Oh yeah, the selection is coming to Netflix, which is exciting. That's going to be a fun one to watch.
About that. A lot of people are saying the Infernal Devices, but I feel like that hasn't been fully confirmed yet. Like
yeah,
it's like rights were sold, but like nothing's really in motion.
Like Cassie herself hasn't even come out and said like they've been picked up. So.
Oh, you know what adaptation is great that I completely forgot about? Good Omens. Omens was so good. I love the book. I love the show. Like the book definitely has some aspects that the show didn't, but the show is just such a perfect adaptation because Neil Gaiman was so involved in it, and the cast was perfection. Good Omens is wonderful.
I forgot about the Dumplin adaptation. Somebody just mentioned that. That was a good movie, I thought. I enjoyed it.
I was just gonna say, oh yeah, Daisy Jones and the Six is coming.
Oh yeah, did Amazon pick that up?
Amazon picked it up. I'm excited about that.
Evelyn Hugo would make a great adaptation. I feel like that's in the works too.
It must be.
Potentially.
Evelyn Hugo was a fantastic book and was so cinematic too that it would make a great movie.
Yeah, that would be a great movie.
Freeform has Evelyn Hugo.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's why I blocked that out of them.
Well, Freeform has the bold type, so like I have a spark of hope over there.
Yeah, but I know we were all like everyone who wanted an Evelyn adaptation was hoping for like Showtime or HBO because like we wanted it to like,
of course,
be good.
I mean, like there's a little bit of hope that it could be good though because it's like great content.
Yeah. Oh, Crazy Rich Asians.
Oh yeah, that was.
I love that movie.
Oh, the author's writing the pilot, so that's cool. Okay. There's a lot of other stuff coming out. Oh, what about Dear Victor? Did you guys watch that? It was so good.
I haven't watched it.
I haven't seen it.
You guys, it's like the sweetest, most wholesome, amazing, just great.
The only thing I've watched in like the last 2 months is Haikyuu over and over. That's why I'm behind everything.
I'm excited to see the adaptation of One of Us is Lying too. So if you just have that in the chat, that's gonna be cool.
Yes.
The Babysitter's Club. Did you guys watch that?
No.
Oh my god. So like that's not something I never read those books and like they didn't really appeal to me in terms of like the covers. I remember being like, what even is that? Babysitters. But like it was so cute. And my friend Julia works at that production company and she had like a lot to do with like the getting it out and she was like very excited about it. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna watch it. And then like I watched it all in like one night because it was so sweet. And at first like and it's like everyone's in middle school and it's about like their families and you know all these middle school issues that you kind of like push out of your mind because middle school is such a traumatic time.
Exactly.
But like when you go back there and I'm remembering it now and you relate so hard even though like you're not there at all because you like block out these memories and you're like, oh yeah, oh my god. It's really, really cute. Definitely recommend watching it.
I will have to check it out.
It just also is one of those shows that like makes your heart all warm. Like, oh, that's adorable.
Oh man.
Yeah, Babysitter's Club's on Netflix. Let's see.
House of the Dragon. Why does that sound familiar?
What?
House of the Dragon? What is that? Somebody mentioned it in the comments. I'm just curious.
I don't know. But
oh, Game of Thrones prequel series. Interesting.
Oh, yeah. I'm excited for that. But I don't think it's based off of anything, right? It's just like a new series. Oh, you know what? The Witcher. I am so excited for the second season of The Witcher, and the first season had like a lot of like episodic episodes. So I was like, that was fine, but by the end of it, I was like, whoa, I want more of this. Where is it? And John was telling me that the first season is based off of like a series of short stories, and that's why it feels like less cohesive. But like as we moved toward the second half of it, it started to feel like, oh, like the story is coming together more. And then it ended, and I was like, where's the rest? I want it. It's like such a cool world, and like it's so weird, and but also like I feel like it's self-aware of the weirdness sometimes. And I've never liked, what is the Clark Kent's name? Not Clark Kent. What's this actor's name?
Henry Cavill.
Henry Cavill, because he I don't know, I've never like been endeared toward him because he like looks like this perfect person all the time. He plays a lot of perfect characters. And this is his character. Like this is I forgot that he was him. Like I forgot the actor existed, and I'm like, he is Geralt. I'm excited for that to come back.
Somebody mentioned Scythe, and I know that you had that on your list, Christina.
Yeah. Oh, also, I just wanted to mention, like, the witches, like, there's witches in that world, the Witcher world, obviously, but, like, they're not the Witcher. There's, like, actual witches. And it reminded me so much of, like, the witches in Throne of Glass. And it, like, I think that's part of why I was, like, I got really invested really quickly. I was like, oh, my God, this feels like Throne of Glass witches. I love it.
Speaking of the Throne of Glass adaptation, what's going on with that?
I don't know. I think Hulu had picked it up, but like maybe passed on.
Where is it? What's happening?
Who knows?
I have no idea.
It's in the dungeon.
Like the chat is moving. I'm like, what are
Somebody said Anne with an E is amazing. You guys.
Oh yeah, I want to watch that.
I haven't watched that. I should.
It's on my list and it's been there for a while. I just haven't started it because I remember when I was little, I got that book, Anne of Green Gables, and I tried to read it, but I didn't like it. And that's all I have in my head of Anne of Green Gables. And I've been I've had an aversion to like watching the show.
No, same. I tried reading the book when I was younger and I wasn't into it.
Yeah.
Did they decide not to make Shatter Me? I think the rights were like released for that or whatever. Like
yeah.
They picked up and then nothing happened and they released the rights.
Yeah. They buy the rights for a certain amount of years, and then if it doesn't get made, it gets passed back to the author.
Yeah.
So
it's really disappointing because they'll like decide not to make some of these movies because other movies that they adapted poorly didn't do well. And it's like, that's not a good correlation. Like, that's not a good reason to not adapt something else because we did a crappy job on this other YA dystopian. So now we get no more YA dystopians, even though the Hunger Games proved that there can be good YA dystopians. It's so annoying.
Very frustrating.
Yes, 'tis the way of Hollywood. Oh, Skyward would be really... Skyward was one that I think would be good as a show. Because there's so much there that you don't want to miss out on, like with all the different characters. But someone said that Sanderson's working on the Mistborn script.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's writing the Mistborn screenplay.
That's cool.
I didn't even know that was being turned into anything. Was it turned into a show or?
It's been a very long process. Because I feel like the rights sold a while ago and they tried adapting it before and it didn't work out.
Mm-hmm.
Like they couldn't find a screenplay that they like wanted to proceed with. So now Sanderson is working on it himself.
Good.
We'll see if that turns out.
Yeah, like that's another one that's like so the world is so rich. It's like get it all in.
That's the thing. Like his ideas tend to work best in novel form. So it'll be an interesting translation. We'll see how it comes about.
Yeah. I was talking about how I think Kirsten White's Anne Darkin would be a really cool show on Stars or something, you know, to have that historical fiction would be really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one would be great. I feel like all of Kirsten White's books would be good. Like her original trilogy, the Paranormalcy trilogy, was so good and had such a fun, like, Buffy, Vampire Diaries kind of vibe. Like it could be really good, but I feel like the time has passed for that to be turned into a TV show since it's like
It'll come back around.
oh, we'll see.
Like I feel like all of those trends are starting to come back around town.
Somebody mentioned the Raven Boys is being turned into a series. I think with what's it called? Sci-fi? Is that what it's called? That network?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they have the rights to it, so that should be interesting. I feel like it'd work well as a TV show.
Yeah, it's definitely a TV show one.
I mean, idea-wise, I feel like it, but I feel like so much of what I liked about the Raven Boys was in like the quality of the writing.
Yeah.
So it's like, how is that going to translate to like atmosphere and vibe?
Maggie's writing the script. That's cool.
Yeah, that's true.
I think I saw that actually that somebody from Twilight is involved in the Raven Boys show. Like the director or something? The female director, what's her name?
Oh, Catherine?
Yeah, I think she's involved in it, potentially.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's cool. Did you see Catherine Hardwicke did Charlie McDonald's little series on Quibi? Not little series. He has a series on Quibi or something that he's been working on for a long time with Emily. Did you guys not see that? Charlie had a new video for the first time in like.
Yeah, I saw the. I didn't watch the video.
I only watched the first like 30 seconds because the rest of it was the show.
Let's talk about book adaptations that you want remade. Where you weren't super happy with the adaptation, so you want to see it be done again, but better.
Percy Jackson, I think we're all excited about the show. All excited and nervous, but like excited because Rick's really involved.
Yeah, I'm really happy that Rick is involved.
Vampire Academy, I would love a show. That would be so fun.
Oh, looking back on, I guess this is kind of an adaptation of Percy Jackson, but the Puffs stage play was so good.
Yes.
Puffs?
Puffs.
Yeah, why are you talking about that?
I don't know why I was thinking of the Percy Jackson musical, and then I could somehow
twisted it in your mind.
They're both good.
Wait, did you see the Percy Jackson musical?
I've seen clips of it. You didn't like it?
I didn't love it.
My vlog never came out because I did not like it. But yeah, I brought my whole family and everyone didn't like it, and I was like really bummed because you couldn't get any of the story out from those songs. They were like really on the nose. And like the actors, like the thing is the actors are like adults pretending to be 11 and 12, and I hate that. A lot of people like that musical though, and like I thought it was going to be amazing, and I had really excited, and then it was really like
just wasn't your cup of tea.
I would have thought it would be good because Rick like seems to support it.
I think because they tried to like the thing is they throw in a lot of random book jokes in there, but like you don't get any of the story from the play, so it's like no one is understanding these random references, and they're coming out of left field for anyone who's watched. Like my family didn't freaking understand what was going on, like because it doesn't tell the story well. It's just like they're trying to do
for people who are already in love with the books.
Yeah, but also like I don't know. It was really cheesy. It felt to me like it was very aimed at a child audience. Some of the songs, like two of the songs, I like felt in my heart, but like it didn't feel like an overall cohesive adaptation, which was
maybe with Rick working on this next series, hopefully this will be the one.
Yeah,
fingers crossed.
Yeah, but like God, I was so excited, and then I came out there and I was like, I'm sorry guys. Everyone was like, why did you take us?
Oh no.
Yeah, I felt so bad and so sad.
I want Miss Peregrine's to be remade into a series. I actually didn't hate the movie like a lot of people do, except for like the last 30 minutes. I pretend I do not see it. But I still would like to see like more of a series exploration of that series.
I just zoned out thinking about Percy Jackson. What did you say?
You didn't just hear my speech about Miss Peregrine's?
Oh, Miss Peregrine's. Okay. What did you say about it that you wanted to?
Like, I didn't hate the movie except for like the last 30 minutes, but I still would like to see a remake, but make it into a series.
Yeah, it would be cool if it was like a black and white TV series.
Yes, I could see that.
I could totally see that if they like really leaned into like the vintageness of the feel of it.
That would be
cool.
Somebody says, I wonder if the Shadowhunters universe will ever be able to be adequately adapted.
I'm losing. I feel like this is why adaptations have so much trouble. I feel like it's because there's so many different voices and people trying to make their mark on it.
Yeah.
Like with a book, you do have editors and like people giving you feedback, but ultimately the author is the one who gets to like make all the decisions. But that's not what the case with movies. You have to like appeal to so many different people, and like they all have different ideas of what it should be like, and some of them have these ideas based on bad information, and it's a frustrating environment for creativity, I feel.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, and like when people, even when like the author adapts the screenplay, sometimes like, you know, after that they kind of pass the script and they can do whatever they want with it after that. So
it's like it can change in the way the director shoots it, the way the actors do it, the way it's edited by someone else later on.
They can literally hire another screenwriter and do another draft. And like it's all, yeah. So it's all a toss up. Like when a book is getting adapted, it's like, okay, hopefully this is good. And the whole way you're like, hopefully this is good, and you just don't know. Like that's why we get set up. So I remember I was set up so hard to fall for Vampire Academy. Oh, there's so many good people working on that. But like then
Vampire Academy has so much potential, and like it wasn't bad. It was just
it was literally like they did a lot of chopping in the final cut of the movie that made it like really tight and not funny. Like, I'm sad right now. I need to cheer me up. Let's see. What was really good?
Well, let's talk about one that's upcoming that we have hope for. Like the Grisha.
Oh my god. Well, the Grisha. I was gonna say they both die at the end. Is it being adapted by like I am so excited about that.
I'm very excited for that one too. And Grishaverse looks like it's gonna be good because I like the cast, I like everything I've seen so far. But I'm also nervous because you don't freaking know with adaptations.
I know. I'm excited about that one though. I feel like it has a lot of potential.
Yeah.
She is very involved. I think she really has a say. So hopefully.
We have the final in the PS I Still, or To All the Boys I've Loved Before movie coming out, which should be coming out probably like next year.
Yeah, I think
they filmed them back to back, didn't they?
Yeah. When did the last one come out, though? Did it come out this year?
Yeah, this year, February 14th.
So we'll probably get it next year. I guess.
Yeah, if it's already filmed, then it probably won't be held up by all the delays in Hollywood right now.
Yeah. That's like all the TV shows. It's like, are they filming the ones? I think some are back to filming in Canada though, because they're doing so much better up there. Like, so some things will come back. It's all fifth wave. Yeah. A lot of people are very excited about this Dune movie. John talks about it all the time. There's a lot of people involved. that are really well known.
I haven't read the book, but
who's playing America in the selection? People are talking about that.
Do they have a cast list yet? I don't think that they do.
I have no idea.
Kissing Booth 3 next year. I have yet to watch any of the Kissing Booths.
Yeah, I haven't seen them either.
I have a fun time with those. They're one of those ones that is just like fun to watch with a friend.
Right.
Lol.
Not take too seriously.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Petra from Jane the Virgin's playing America still? I thought that was like the old version of the selection. I think it's already lost those rights and come back.
Isn't Petra too old?
No, I think Petra was originally slated for the selection when it was going to be a CW show back in the day.
Oh.
And then like it never got made.
I remember seeing that awful script from back in the day.
Yeah, that was like the first iteration of it. Now it's come back around and it's being made by a different company.
We'll see.
I think Carry On would be really cool in like an HBO sort of setting too. Like if they took it really seriously and did like cool effects and
I would watch the heck out of it, but I'm too nervous because I that's another one where it's like the writing is what makes it for me. So I don't know if the writing would translate. Oh yeah, God. I didn't watch it. It's on Netflix. I'm not going to watch it. But
did the next one come out? Because they're making a sequel to this one, right? Or is it like the trailer dropped or something? I don't know.
Yeah. I can't believe that's a real movie. Like that someone wrote Harry Styles fanfic. That must be so uncomfortable.
I bet.
He's sued.
Yeah.
Wait, they released a selection trailer? Are you serious?
No, they didn't.
We would have seen this on Twitter.
Yeah, I would have seen it on Twitter for sure. Yeah. It must be a fan-made one.
It must be a fan-made trailer. I don't think there's anything out. I think that was just bought. I feel like that was just announced recently.
It's not legit, my friends. I hate to break it to you.
Yeah. Yeah, there's so many adaptations happening. It's just like mind-boggling as we try to like go through all of them. We have 8 minutes left. Should we throw it to the chat? Like, what do you guys want us to talk about these final 8 minutes?
Ask us some questions.
Moonlight Sun cannot be a movie. We already have it. It's called Twilight. Like, it's the same storyline.
Like, I don't know anything about it. Is it just like through Edward's eyes? Is that what it is?
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that we don't see because Edward's a vampire and he never sleeps. And he has his point of view is honestly like it's so much fun to read it. But in terms of like a movie, it's like, you know, it's all in Edward's head. We're not gonna see a movie of it. Like I mean, if we do, it's gonna be like weird because first of all, it can't be Rob and Kirsten. Like they're so much older. Like and also, it's like all in Edward's head. Again, so it's going to be like an internal monologue the whole time. Are you excited for the One of Us is Lying TV show? Oh, I thought it was going to be a movie. Huh?
Ooh. Is there anything you'd never want to be adapted? That's an interesting question.
Infernal Devices. I mean, I'm just afraid.
Yeah.
What do you think leads to the downfall of an adaptation? I think it's like sometimes Hollywood rushes these adaptations just to.
Not sometimes, all the time. They
rush them. We get the occasional good one. Like,
yeah, occasionally.
yeah. A lot of times.
And so they don't understand the audience.
Yeah, they don't understand who they're
coming at it from like a business perspective, I feel like.
Yeah, it's too business focused and not enough story focused. That's why we get these adaptations that are like all like shiny blockbusters and the characters are like, who are you? Like you don't have any character personality at all. Yeah. It's like they want to make it look and appeal to different audiences. Like, look at this gimmick, instead of kind of
appealing to like the heart of the story and the character.
Yeah.
7-hour adaptations without anything cut ever. I love that idea.
This is why I like series over movies.
Yeah.
Because like characters get room to actually breathe and exist as individuals outside of like strict plot necessity.
Yeah, the thing is with the movie, it has to fit into 120 pages.
Yeah.
And they don't even want that. They want like a little shorter than 120 pages.
Do you think Hollywood takes adult novel adaptations more seriously than young adult? I think yes, but
they still mess it up.
But not a lot, because like there's plenty of adult adaptations that are also kind of like dumbed down and treated poorly. And I'm thinking of The Time Traveler's Wife.
That's what I'm thinking of too. I feel like that one just had a lot of content and they picked the wrong content.
Oh, yeah. But I think that, I mean, in general, Hollywood looks down on YA movies because in general they tend to be directed at teenage girls. And like lots of people like to look down on teenage girls. But I do think that adult novel adaptations aren't always treated with as much gravity as they should be either.
Yeah, I feel like the adult books they look at more seriously whenever they're being adapted.
Yeah.
Even like The Circle was horrible. Like, you know, there's still like really horrible adaptations. Yeah.
Oops, I didn't mean to click on that, but I agree.
Yeah.
Standalones adapted into miniseries are often a serve, which I think we're getting with They Both Die at the End, right? It's going to be like a.
I think so, yeah. The thing is, it's much harder to like sell that sort of a thing because people want to see like 5 seasons when you sell a series, and I feel like it's probably getting easier. I feel like that's where the shift is, but it's still much harder to sell than a movie because that company has to invest much more time and money into it.
Man, I wish more American companies were interested in pursuing like limited miniseries. Because like when I think about like K-dramas, so many of those are only one season, but they'll get like 24 episodes of one season and they can actually tell a complete story. And no one expects a season 2 because we know that like we're just getting this one limited season, but like we have enough episodes to flesh out everything.
Yeah. Well, the thing the company is like, well, if this does well, I want to be able to make more because we invested so much time in it. Now it's just done. Like we put so much promotion, now it's over. And they want to make money, so they, you know, like that's why it's harder to sell it. Like if they're gonna,
it did well, so now we need a sequel.
So that's what's happening with 13 Reasons Why. Like there's 4 seasons, and it's like, stop. But there's so much pressure from like Netflix because people are really invested in this, so we want to make more.
Yeah.
It's okay not to be okay on Netflix. Watch it. It's really good.
A lot of my I haven't watched any recently, so a lot of my favorites are older ones. But I love Healer. Healer is so good. You're Beautiful. Coffee Prince is a classic. What else do I love?
I just watched Sky Castle, and if you're wanting like a dark academia type K-drama, I would recommend that. Super dark.
I need to watch some more recent ones. I feel like I haven't watched a good one in like 3 years. So my favorites list is really outdated.
Netflix has been putting out a lot of great ones.
I've seen. Yeah. I have so many on my watch list, and I'm waiting. I like binging them over the course of like 1 or 2 days. So I'm like, I need to clear my schedule and just watch a K-drama for 3 days straight.
Christine, what about you? What's your favorite K-drama?
I did not watch it. Avatar, and I'm watching Legends of Korra.
Oh, are you?
I am. We're on episode 4.
Is it on Netflix now?
Well, it's coming on Netflix the 14th, and John bought it like August 1st, and then the first season, and then we found out that it was going on Netflix, and he was like, God damn it.
It's a good series to own anyways. And they might take it off Netflix sometime, so.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's on my Amazon. So. Yeah. Legend of Korra, I heard like the second season isn't good, but the other seasons are.
Hmm.
Do you want
It's
to
not
take
that it's
one?
not good, it's just not as good.
I heard that the Avatar people don't want to be on the adaptation anymore, which sucks because
They dropped out of it, apparently.
yeah, that means they're not happy with whatever direction they decided to take it, which sucks.
No!
They said it has the potential to be good, but they obviously don't want to be a
I
part
was
of it.
getting more and more frustrated as I was reading their statement. I was just like, oh no, why?
I didn't see this. That's incredibly disappointing.
Big bummer.
I mean, good for them to piece out of it if it's going downhill, but like,
That sucks though.
it bodes really not good.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, like, when I heard that was happening, because I just watched Avatar, and John was like, "Yeah, they're doing an adaptation live action." I was like, "Why are they even trying that?" Like, it just feels it's so well suited to animation, and it's like a Percy Jackson sort of issue where like it can be done really poorly if not enough care is put into it.
Yeah.
Like, and
Are you and John gonna watch the M. Night Shyamalan movie?
he showed me like the first 10 minutes of it, and I was like, he like fast forward. Like, I can't believe that people like cast it either. It's like
It's bad. It's bad.
it's bad. And like Jasper is Sokka, and I was like, what the Jasper from Twilight? And I was like, what the hell is Jackson Rathbone doing?
I'm gonna give us a closing question. We were talking about Percy Jackson the musical earlier. So if you were to adapt a book into a musical, what book would you pick?
Ooh.
I'm going with Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children because I'm cliche as heck. I want it. Give it to me. What about you guys?
Hard one on the spot.
And if Taylor Swift was writing the music for it, what would you want?
Again, but better. Taylor Swift, write the music for my musical.
You know, when we had that question earlier about something that you'd never want to adapt, I kind of had a fleeting thought of Carry On. Just like, I'm too afraid, I'm too nervous about that. But I might be into a Carry On stage play because I feel like that would be moved enough and like a different enough take that it would just be fun and funny.
Yeah,
so
I could see that.
Maybe that, like, yeah, maybe that.
Wait, did you say Carry On as a musical? That would be really fun.
I think it would be really fun. Yeah.
You got the Harry Potter.
I love that Christine keeps checking out from when we're talking. She's like, oh, did you say this?
I just got distracted by the idea of Taylor Swift writing a musical. I'm so sorry. Like, when I think it's so good, I was just like, whoa.
Anyway, that's it for our book adaptation live show. Thank you guys for joining us today. Again, this month we are reading WARCROSS by Marie Lu, and we will announce when our live show is on our socials, so keep your eyes peeled for that. And yeah, I'm Jesse.
I'm Christine.
I'm Kat.
We're a Booksplosion. Thanks for watching. Bye.